Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again. So, this is a big question. Have you ever thought about building wealth and achieving success by doing nothing? Yes, nothing. Well, stay tuned to discover how. So, I want to introduce you to the concept that is not new. It's a concept called passive income. Passive income, income derived from doing nothing. Actually, it's derived from activities that you don't have to actually put in the work per se, as opposed to you on a job, you got to put in the work. You got to go, 9 to 5 or whatever it is, and you got to work. So passive income is not like that. It involves in different kinds of strategies, and we're going to talk about that in this video. But before we go into explaining all the different strategies you can use for passive income, doing nothing, I want to share a little story from, I guess, if I want to call it, the world's greatest passive income investor. And that person, you probably heard his name before. His name is Solomon. Yes, that's Solomon. So Solomon stated in his best-selling book, Proverbs, that he had vineyards and he leased out the vineyards to vine dressers. And he said that they were supposed to come to him with all the investment they make and give him a portion of that investment because they were using his fields. So he was sitting down, and as you know, we heard that he was the richest man that ever lived. So we take a clue from him. So, but before we get into all that strategy and that kind of stuff, let us share some of the struggles, common struggles that resist passive income, or some of the common struggles that are associated with regular jobs. And when we look at the constraint that we have with regular job, we realize we need to get out of that trap. It's a mind trap. I've been saying it all along in my videos. It's a poverty mind trap, and we need to come out of that. So we are going to look at a few things that are common to keep us bound in that poverty mind trap called job. All right. So let's look at it. The first thing we're going to look at is the rigid schedule of a job. The job, you have to go 9 to 5. That's the normal thing. If you are in the medical field, some people in the medical field work 8-hour shifts, some work 12-hour shifts, some work 24-hour shifts. Yes. So you find nurses might work 8 to 12 hours, doctors 24 hours, they're on call 24 hours. They're sleeping in the middle of the night, they get up and take that call and run down because something is going to happen, they can save a life. So it's 24 hours. So with that kind of rigidity, you don't have time for anything. You can't plan anything. Well, you can plan, but your plan can be disrupted. All right. And so the other common struggle is time. So what you do, you're trading. You are in a trade for time. You're trading your time for money. And how much time do you have to trade? 24 hours? Well, you have to sleep sometimes, so we cannot call it 24 hours. Some people could, some people say they work 18 hours a day. Well, okay. So 18 by what? 18 by what? $20, $25, $100? That's the ceiling. It doesn't matter. 18 by $1,000. You can't go 18 by more than that, right? 18 by $1,000. That's it. We can't make it. So what we have to do with our time, we gotta go to work 9 to 5. We gotta transport ourselves, commute from home to the job. We gotta be stressed in the job, doing all kinds of stuff there, taking care, if we are in a management position, taking care of outing fires every day. If we ordinary workers, we have to deal with our co-workers with their problems every day. And we have the demand schedule that is placed upon us. They want, management want this by that time. And hearts of hearts, it cannot be done, but management just playing the game with you, and you just want to play the game too because you want a job, you want the money. So you play the game with them. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it at 6 o'clock. You know it's not gonna be done at 6 o'clock, but you have to play the game. All right, they write you up and they give you a warning, and what do? You say, you know what, I need to get a better job, but then you got to go scouting for a job. You still time again. What are you gonna do? The same thing. What's every next thing is work-life balance. So when we are stuck in that rut of 9 to 5 poverty mindset trap, we don't have balance for family, health, leisure. You want to go somewhere and enjoy your time. You really can't do it. The only time you have is what they give you once per year. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on the type of job you do. Sometimes you get paid, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get half a pay. It depends on who you work for. So during that time, most people take their vacation, but they don't really go on a vacation. What they do, the rest, they stay home and rest, but they actually do some kind of work. They find some side hustle because they know they're in a trap. So this is a big old trap. With me, I was never an ordinary. I was never ordinary worker. I did that, but it's not for me. I tried many times. I I never forget. I did I got my first job, and the money that I needed for my apartment to get to that, because the job was far from where I was living. So I did something that never happened in the job before. People says, how were you able to do that? So what I did was, since I was far away, I had to get an apartment and fix myself so I could work there. So I went to the boss. I said, look, boss, look, I'm from this place here. I can't, I need some apartments. So he said, what do you want me to do? I said, well, I need a month's. I said, I need a month's salary in advance. A new worker. I said, I need a month's salary in advance so I can take care of my business, so I can work for you. Guess what? I got it. You just know how to negotiate. So we're not talking about that. We will talk about it in another video, how to deal with your job and how to get anything you want from your job. Anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. Right? So we have that that work-life imbalance. Then we have limited opportunities. So when you're in a job, what kind of opportunities can you get other than a promotion, and when will that be? I know some jobs you have to do this kind of, fill out this form, and when you fill that form up, you have to go certain classes, and you have to pass those classes. And when you pass those classes, there are certain things on the job you have to do, and then there are other things you have to do. You have to rack up some kind of hours and so on, and then by that time, $3, not per hour, but $3 raise. I see that one. So you'd be like, wow, $3. No, it's not $3 per hour. It's $3. That's it. So if your pay per week was $500, you're now getting $503. No opportunities to go up anywhere. They have what is called the crab in the barrel mentality. Those people who are within your orbit are trying to get the same position you want to get, and it's only one position up. I was kind of different when I work in this restaurant. I work in this restaurant. I was recruited from by my boss. I was actually going to architect school. I was going to become an architect. All kind of different things I wanted to become. So I was young, and I had to work. So I went to this posh restaurant and lounge. Had big names used to come to that place. So while I was working there, his son was the barman. What they call them, baristas now, new name for them. So his son was the barista. So I made friends with his son, and I used to hang out by the bar with him and so he came one day and he saw me talking to his son, and he went to the bathroom and he I don't know what he was doing. He went to the bar, he looked at different places, and he said to me, he said, "You're very efficient." He said, I've never seen anybody who can clean and do such a good work, and you just hanging out with the barman because your job is complete. You have nothing else to do. He said, well, are you in school? I said, yes. He said, what you studying? I said, architecture. He says, no. He said, you're supposed to be a manager. He said, I'm going to start a chain of restaurants. I want to take you out from school, train you, and put you in charge of my restaurant. I said, that sounds good to me. And I went. But I was able to negotiate my way up. I tell it many times in the story. So sometimes we can do that based upon what? Based upon them needing us. So if they need us, we have power. If we need them, there's no power. You see? So I knew what I wanted and I knew how to do it. So I faked a resignation. I said, I'm going to resign. Because I know why. Because I know the money I'm making 3 times the amount that any one of the managers at the time was making. So I know they needed me. So when I resigned, they said, no, we can't let him go. So that's because they need you. If you don't have that kind of opportunity, you will not be able to go up the ladder. So we have to create a situation where they need us and not we need them. Because we need them, we have to go and grind. Every day we grind in the grinding wheel. We in the salt mine, we grind every day. Grind. You hear me talking hustle and grind all day long. All right. The next one is the inflexibility of your work environment. So the work environment, as we said before, is very stressful. We have people there who are undesirable, and your schedule is rigid. You cannot change it unless, like I said, you go to a management position. And I found out when I was before my boss, his name is Mikey, before Mikey promoted me to manager, I went through all the different stages in the job. I went as a cook, he trained me as a cook, he trained me as a counter a person, everything in there, server, everything in there. So while I was there, I was if you want to call it, I was a union leader, not like that, but I used to negotiate for everybody. So when I took the management position and I get overtime all day long, I mean, just overtime, I'm making money. But when I take the position, they told me, they said, you can't represent these people anymore. You are management. You can't, what you were doing with them, you can't. I said, what? He said, no, you can't do it. And as for overtime, there's no overtime. You get a flat salary every month. I said, what? What's my salary? And it was good enough for me. That was good too. So we have that flexibility that you create. Other than that, there's none. All right. And then you have what we call our passionate projects we are not able to fulfill. So if we have a pet project that we want to do, we can't do it because we constrained with time. We talked about it time before. So we are unable to move forward because time is not on our side. All right. And so what about social opportunities? We don't have that much. People go to work. I know people go to work, come home, sleep, go to work, come home, sleep. I used to be a pastor for 20 years. And that was one of the problems I had to be dealing with some of the members. The husband go to work all day long, tired, come home tired. Can't do anything. He got kids, he can't take the kids out for nothing. He's too tired. The wife, poor lady, she's trying to help, but what can she do? So there's a constraint. So it limits us. All right. And then the other one, which has to do with constraint as well, which is financial. Like I said in the beginning, there's so much hours that we can put in the job to make money. Other than that, there's no money to be made. All right. So let's talk about the types of passive incomes that we can have and we can use. What are they and how to use it so that we can build wealth, achieve success by doing nothing. I like that thought. Listen, I tell my people, when I do consulting to my when I do consulting with my clients, I tell them, I don't work. That work is not for me. Every time I start to get worky, I come on. That's why I can't do a regular business. I had, still do have different types of businesses, but construction and you not see me going, construction site or checking out the manpower to see. I have no time with that. Put people in charge of that. We're gonna talk about some of these things. No, I'm an investor. If you want to ask me, what are you truly? Some people call me a coach, a consultant. I'm those, but I'm not that. I'm an investor. I invest in people and businesses and process and systems. That's what I do. Invest, business, people, processes, systems. That's what I do. Now you know. All right, so let's go and look at the type of passive income we can be involved in. So we can be involved in investment. So I am not an investment advisor. Please don't take anything I say as financial consulting or anything like that. If you need help, go talk to your professional. So we can buy dividend stocks, and so those are the stocks that pays us every whatever time period that they give, and so you sit back and receive a dividend. And then you have, in this case, real estate rentals, so different types of real estate rentals. So like I still do involved in as a real estate investor, and I run a real estate investing club. So my rentals is not me involved in it. Why? Because I have a management company. So if you want to get involved in that for passive income, you cannot go, you can have a team. You cannot go looking for deals. Why? You're an investor, not a deal chaser. So how do I get deal? You have a deal team. You have a management team and a deal team. So the deal team, it's simple to do it. I don't want to go into the deep depth of it, right? Like that. But you have a small team, they find deal for you, and it's systematized. It's automatic. You have certain type of website that finds the deal, and also you have an individual that you could. So how do I find an individual? Well, they are called virtual assistant. You could hire a virtual assistant and train that person, and most of the times that person is already being trained for that because they're already working presently for other investors and other people. So they know what are involved. You just have to give them your requirement. They find a deal and they put it in a system that you want. You have a person or that same virtual assistant send out an offer for the deal. When the offer comes in, that person or somebody else do the purchasing of that deal, or however you decide you want it. It's automatic. You're not involved other than receiving every week or however it is, however you decide to set up your system to receive updates of what's going on. All you're hearing is, your phone is just chiming. Ching! Oh my God, whoa, I got paid today. Whoa, I got another property today. Whoa, I got another investment today. Remember, we are investors. We are not managers. Investors. Okay? And bonds and CDs. The type of bond, like I said, I'm not going into that. The bonds that people know is ordinary bonds. They have other types of bond. Like I said, I'm not going into that. That's too deep. When I talk to my clients, we deal with some serious stuff like that. So, but you can invest in bonds and CDs. CDs, certificate of deposit, it takes a certain amount of money, you put it in the bank, let it sit there and compound interest. And they have other strategies you can use while that money is there. You can use that money without taking that money out from the bank. You go and do something against that money. So you have other monies. Okay, and they have other deep stuff that we don't want to go into. That is, we don't say that out loud, but they have certain types of systems that you can use. That you see that dividend stock, you have certain system that you can use. That if you have a certain amount of stock, you can get in some places you can get 95% of your worth there for certain types of investments. Like I said, I'm not into that right now. And then you have royalties from intellectual property. So you have earnings from like books and different types of creative works that you have done. Recently, like last week, it was last week, I was looking at, I have different types of accounts. So I was looking at one of my accounts that I've never looked at in a little while, and I'm seeing this money in there. I said, whoa, this is a lot of money. Where this money coming from? I can't give a count rate. I was like, what is this? So I called my family and I said, look at this. And they're like, where that money coming from? I said, I don't know. I'm going to check. I'm going to go to the bank and get a readout of what it is. Found out that is one of my, I have some books outside that I've published. And one of those books have been making money every month. I didn't even know. It was making money. So that is something I've written 2 years ago. And I forgot about it. I'm too busy doing other things. So when I look, bam. So here's the key. So when you're doing all these investments, the reason why this is important is because when I'm doing all these passive income streams, every one of those streams have a different account. So in order for you to not to have thousands of accounts, right? There are certain banks that I use that if you open one account, you get 3 accounts. You open one checking account and there are 3 accounts in it. So you don't have to open 3 different bank accounts. You open one and you get 3. So let us say I have this account for the books. So this account will be called books, and different books, right? With different books, these 3 accounts will come. So this is books. I have 3 different books. So book 1, this account, that money goes there. Book 2, that money goes there. Book 3, why? Because you need to have a given account of where your profit is coming from. If you have everything in one file, one account, how would you know what is working, what is not? Mine, I set and forget. I didn't worry about it. When I look, I'm seeing monies. I'm saying this is good, right? So then you have that, right? And the next thing you have online business. So you have a product. So I have link in bio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just go all the way down and we'll list the different things I have and I offer. And each one of those will go into an account, right? So you will have, in that, you will have affiliate marketing. So you will do affiliate marketing. And in case you want to know what is that, affiliate marketing is you promoting a product of somebody else. And if you're going to do affiliate marketing, remember we're talking about passive income, right? We don't want passive income. We don't want you to promote something that you get $2 from. That don't make no sense. You need to promote something as an affiliate marketer. You need to promote something that gives you a minimum of $500 per sale. Meaning, when you present your link to someone in your social media account or on your website, things like that, and somebody click and buy, you get a check or you get a deposit into your bank account for $500. Imagine that. So if you get 100 of that for the month, that's $50,000. 10 of that is 5,000. Are you seeing? So you don't waste your, if you're going passive, go passive. Don't waste your time with $2, $3. I don't do that. I have high ticket affiliate programs. And so the minimum is 500. I've some go higher, 1,000, 5,000. Yes, affiliate program pay 5,000, one pop. So that's what you need. You don't need something that you're laboring yourself and it's still back in, it's like the job again. Where you still wondering, oh my God, I still 1,000 this month. Ooh, I only get $3,000 with 1,000. Serious? It's not good. It's not good. All right. So then you have automated courses. So you either can produce those courses yourself, which is simple and easy, not hard. Like there are systems that you can use to do a course. And with a course, it is not a whole lot of stuff. What it is solving a specific problem. And once you solve a specific problem, you don't need to get all of this bells and whistles. No. Somebody need to know how to do this. That's it. You teach them how to do this. Simple page. Simple page, 95 page or something solving this, depending on what it is, right? You could charge $250, $500, $1,200. You put, if you wanna make it $1,200, you just put some videos. I see some people just put audio. I don't like audio, but I see people do audio and they still charge the same price. People buy it. Why? This problem needs to be solved. But I like the video. Why? Because you can show people how to do it, as opposed to audio telling people how to do it. So you get a higher price if you show them on a video how to do it. All right. So that's what we have. So with this passive income that you're building, you are able to do a lot of stuff. Growth. You grow quick. You know, I like to call it the pina colada family, where you're in Puerto Rico and you're sipping on your pina colada. In Mexico, I'm not sure what Mexico right now, but you're in Mexico, Panama, wherever you want to go, Dominican Republic, wherever you want to go. You want to go Caribbean, you want to go Latin America, you want to go Europe, sip in your different places. And, you know, if you go Europe, you got to drink wine. Eastern Europe, you got to drink vodka. You got to know where you're going to drink what. Caribbean islands and the South and Central, pina colada and rum punch, Caribbean rum punch too. All right, so with passive income, you can scale. With a job, you cannot scale. So with passive income, I can say, okay, you know what? I have a course, and the course is I start the course with $150. So I can scale that. I can put a step to it. I could put that now. I can put it, there's now $125. I can put a step up to that and include this. It is now $1,200. Okay, I can put a step up to that and include it. It's now $5,000. I could put a step up to that and improve it, and it's now 10,000. So I have 4 steps ladder. I call it ladder of success. So you're scaling up. And what you're doing, you're still in Puerto Rico. You're still in Panama. You're not on a job, 9 to 5. All right, so I hope you get what I wanted to share with you about getting a shift from where you are to a different place of success. So there's one thing before I leave. In order to get to that place of passive income, there has to be a mindset shift. You cannot go into passive income with a 9 to 5 mindset. It's not going to work. Because what's going to happen, you're going to want to do the same thing in your passive. You want to do the work. And if you start doing the work, you are limiting yourself. Now you can't scale. Now you can't expand because you're doing the work. I remember when I went as a young man. I borrowed some money from my mom and I invested in a 50% partnership with my brother-in-law. He had a brick and block factory as an investor. So when I did that, and I was happy and relaxed. And so he says, "Why are you not coming to work?" I said, "What are you talking about work? What work are you talking about? Why are you talking to me like that? You know who I am? I'm an investor in this business." He said, "No, you're supposed to come and work with me." He said, "No, I didn't take that. Read the contract we signed. I'm an investor. You're supposed to give me weekly updates of what this business is doing and how much money I'm supposed to get in my bank." You see? So he wants to force me to go back to 9 to 5. So you got to be careful with that too. So you don't want that. You want to be able to scale your stuff. You must be sitting down home with your spreadsheet, trying to determine how much more, how much more, how much more, how much more, how much more. What can I do for much more? Every day, what can I do for much more? That's what all you're doing. You're investing in systems, people, processes. That's what you're doing. You get it? All right. So I'm so glad that you were able to stay with me. I just want to let you know one thing. Success is at your fingertip. It just takes a decision. That's it. One decision could change your entire life. So remember, if you want success, you got to step up to it. It will come to you. Today, you can do that. Step up and it will come to you. Okay? So if you want more of this type of video, please subscribe, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.